Hi everyone. If you are new here, in this series of going solo videos, I am using the final mission of the Dragon's Gambit campaign as a test bench for various mechs, their configurations, and different builds. This mission presents an opportunity to explore multiple tactics and the possibility to fight both close and long-range combat. Also, here I am going into this battle by myself without taking any of my Lancemates with me, so we could better assess how each mech performs and survives in a similar kind of situation. In my previous two videos, I've shown you two different variants of my favorite mechs of all times, which was the Annihilator. I've shown you this ballistic variant loaded with the 4 Lubalin ballistic autocannons. There I've managed to kill 23 enemy mechs. Then in my other previous video, in the same mission, I've shown you this variant, ANH-1A, which is all energy-based variant, loaded with 4 PPCs and 4 medium lasers. That time I was able to do 21 mech kills. Both mechs are absolutely fantastic, are amazing, and two of my all-time favorites. Annihilator is one of those mechs which I would buy anytime, any day, regardless of the variant. Now, here is only one problem with these two variants that I've shown you. That problem is that these mechs are ridiculously expensive to build. Ridiculously expensive. Now, what's interesting, in general, if you're lucky enough to come by, let's say in the industrial hubs, if you see the Annihilator, they're actually, you know, pretty cheap to buy. They run somewhere around 10 million C-bills, which is actually, you know, not a lot. What's interesting, I find that my all-time favorite mechs, such as, for instance, like, let's say, S7-D variant, runs for around 10 millions, plus minus, you know, depending on the condition and, you know, your standing with the faction. Roughly around 10 millions. Annihilators run around 10 millions if you come across them. Just pretty cheap as compared to, let's say, some like, you know, newer variants, like, let's say, Awesome 9M variant, which is not even available yet in the year of 3039. The -9M variant, when it just launches, when it appears in the industrial hub, it runs for something like close to 30 millions. It's amazing mech, but it runs around a whopping 30 millions, which is a lot, like almost 3 times the price of this. And then, like, let's say, you know, what else, like one of my other favorites, like Stalkers, for instance. This run for around 8 millions. Amazing, amazing. Cheap and amazing mechs. Now, having said this though, if you wanna do these builds, they're gonna cost you a lot of money with all of these 5-tier level weapons. You know, like, this autocannon runs for around 3 million C-bills. One of these autocannons. Not that it's just only that much expensive. It's also very rare. It's hard to find the solid slug version. So you know, if you strip if you strip down this mech, the empty chassis will be a lot cheaper than all of these weapons are combined. Same story with this energy-based variant. You know, like losing one of this arm with two of these 5-tier level PPCs, it hurts. It hurts, I have to say. So that is the only problem with these two variants that I've shown you. It's their ridiculous expense, those weapons. You don't want to lose any of those. And also they are hard to come by, especially, you know, early in your career when you don't have a lot of money. It's very tough, you know, to build these mechs. That is the only problem. But here is the thing. Let's say if you are like me and you love Annihilators, which you should. And let's say you've managed to come across one and you've got a chassis, which you should as well. But the problem is that you don't have any money and you don't have weapons in stock to build one of these badass variants which I've shown you previously. What would you do then? Well, in this case, do I have a solution for you? And that solution is what I refer to the budget Annihilator build. This is the one that is loaded with 4 of these AC5 burst fire autocannons. It is pretty simple, pretty basic build. I've already shown you this one on this channel. As a matter of fact, I've done 2 videos about this particular variant. Here we are just gonna see how it's gonna perform in this final Dragon's Gambit mission, as compared to the other 2 variants I've just shown you. Now, even though I've shown you this variant before, I've done one minor change to it since then, because based on that previous experience, what I found out is that it can still run somewhat hot as it was configured then. The only difference was that here, instead of this single heatsinks, what I had there is that I had additional 2 extra tons of ammo instead of those heatsinks. And what I've realized is that this is plenty of ammo. It's more than enough to complete any kind of mission. As a matter of fact, you will most likely get destroyed first before you run out of this ammunition. So for that matter, I've decided actually to go ahead and replace these two ammunition slots with additional heatsinks, because it was running somewhat hot. This way it runs perfectly cool, and you still have plenty of ammo to complete any kind of mission. That's totally enough. Now, likewise, just like with you know, with any other builds which I've shown you, all the Annihilator chassis, as far as the armor is concerned, it's exactly the same. It's identical to all other variants which I've shown you. The armor and the armor allocation, it's almost maxed out, with the exception of 2 of these points, because we are running slightly over tonnage, so I had to shave off a couple of these points, and this is it. Everything else is pretty much maxed out. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the upgrades, because this is the other one change which I've done to this mech, which is basically, you know, these are the 2 standard upgrades which I have on all of my mechs. then this is to increase the firing rate of all of those autocannons, as well as, you know, a little bit for these medium lasers. And the only thing that I've changed, you know, before here I had the hit capacity, increased hit capacity by 10%. Instead of that upgrade, since it doesn't run hot anymore, I've replaced it with the superior detonation, which is, you know, just an extra 10% of that ballistic damage. Now, of course, keep in mind that with all of those 4 autocannons, AC5 burst fire, it is not as devastating as let's say, the one with this 4 Albiton X solid slug. It's not as devastating, but still, it's actually it's pretty darn dangerous. It's still, you know, can do plenty of damage. Those AC5 burst fire, they are quite potent in this regard. I like specifically this burst fire variant because as compared, you know, to the standard AC5. First of all, you know, when we compare 2 of these, right, you will find that the damage level here is 6.5 points, and this one has 7.8 points, so it's got more damage points. And also, besides that, the reason why I like this variant better is because it's got less recoil. It's got less recoil, so it's easier to continuously shoot this weapon as compared to this one, and easier to aim. So this one is actually, you know, it's a superior autocannon as compared to the standard AC5. But this one is still good. It's still, you know, it's pretty accurate, pretty precise, but it's got more recoil. And when you have 4 of these, I've tried that. I've tried having 4 of these. It's way too much recoil. Way too much recoil as compared to this. I like burst fire much better, especially in this particular chassis. Well, lastly, I don't know, you know, the weapon groups, nothing special, you know, split between arms and the torsos, likewise the lasers, pretty straightforward in here. Anyways, let's go ahead and take this mission. Let's continue with this. Again, no Lancemates, 0 Lancemates. I'm gonna go there by myself, and I'm gonna be piloting this ANH-1A Annihilator variant, loaded with these 4 AC5 burst fire autocannons. Let's go.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems online.
Commander, your task is simple. Drive out the remaining Knights of St. Cameron by any means necessary.
This is the moment we've been waiting for! It's Liberation Day! For the Combine!
For the Combine.
And all the families we've lost, and the ones that remain.
You speak like victory is inevitable. But there's one problem. You now face Alistair and the Knights of St. Cameron. The true believers will not rest until the entire Combine is liberated from their real oppressors.
Seems you're in the dark. You fight for the oppressors, and you fight alone.
Lies! It seems that you have a hunger to die. Don't worry, we will
Target
accommodate
destroyed.
you.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Somebody was there. Oh, that's the longbow.
Identified Knights of St. Cameron crossing into the target area.
You see, it is still pretty devastating, actually, you know? Even though it's got less damage potential than that Elbition X Solid Slug, it still holds up pretty well, and it still destroys mech targets pretty quickly. There's some kind of fight going on. Where is it? Where is it? I hear some PPCs flying around.
That was fun. Target destroyed.
Who is this? Who is this speaking? Where do we go? Yeah, I don't have any antenna mod in this carrier. Where is everybody?
Targeted mech is falling apart.
New target
All
Jaegerman.
units, hostile mechs inbound. Reporting heavy damage.
Is it?
Destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target
Grasshopper.
transferred.
Yeah, these things can take a bunch of beating.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Awesome.
Target destroyed.
Let's see what's going on in there. Is there some fighting going on? No? Ah, okay. Somebody's throwing missiles. Archer. Yeah, let's take care of this guy.
Incoming! More nitrates hitting the ground!
Surrender while you still can.
We've come too far to surrender now.
So be it.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
So we just had an enemy dropship landing, bringing us more salvage. Let's see what do we get this time.
New
Oh,
target
this one is already here. I guess it already was here.
Target acquired.
Marauder. Let's keep moving. Let's make it harder. Oh, he's shooting pretty well. Oh man, we
Incoming missile.
have quite a few things coming in at us.
Target
Right, he's
destroyed.
done.
Target acquired.
And what else is there? Yeah, let's
New target assassin.
assassin.
Incoming missile. Target
Yeah, you see, it's still pretty, you know, capable mech. Do not underestimate those AC5 burst fire. Now, tier 5 level
target destroyed.
is still somewhat expensive. It's cost somewhere around 1 million, if I am not mistaken, depending on where you buy it. But still, it's a lot less than, you know, those LB10X autocannons. No, come.
Target destroyed.
I need to focus more, talk less, focus
Target
more.
acquired. Target destroyed.
You see? You see what it does? Amazing. Amazing. You could never tell it's a budget build. What's going on there?
Confirm. Enemy mech on its heels.
New target catapult.
The catapult.
They're advancing from the back
Let's
of the
stay
perimeter.
around this area. It's a nice hill to hide, to hide behind.
Business of losing. Our skill in battle is unmatched.
We've already fought a war of attrition. This is nothing.
New target, Griffin. Incoming missile.
Oh man, why are they all focusing on me? We've got some other friendlies in here. Okay.
New target, Thunderbolt.
Yeah, better be
Detecting
careful now.
targeted battle mech in the area.
Okay, thank you for coming in here by yourself.
Target destroyed.
Now it will make my job easier. Okay, let's take them out one by one.
Target acquired. New target, Banshee. Target acquired.
Let's see.
Legion reinforcements
Oops.
set. Stand by.
Did I hit him by accident?
We will bury each
Now
and every single one of
I'm
you.
gonna have to deal with this three guys by myself.
Finish you off.
You're blind to reality. Your allies have abandoned you.
Target destroyed.
But we are doing well so far, and I still have plenty of armor.
We've neutralized all St.
You know,
Cameron
and we
forces.
are like halfway through the
Picking
mission
up
or
another
something.
heat signature in the vicinity.
You all refuse to die. So be it. I will kill you myself.
It appears you have a hunger to die. Don't worry. We will accommodate you.
Then what are you waiting for? Come on!
See what do we get this time around. The longbow.
Incoming missile.
Oh, this is the final wave. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, let's focus on that one. Yeah, it's too far for medium lasers. Yeah. Better be careful. Better be careful with those missile launchers. Let's see. We have a friendly here. Oh, come on. Why would you cross?
Target
Okay.
destroyed.
Why would he cross my
Target
line of
acquired.
fire? Let's get done with this Orion.
Target
Nice.
destroyed.
The Victor. He's got the AC-20. Let's get done with his AC-20. Okay, let's done with him all together. Ah, jeez. Now it's this awesome. Yeah, I should have been a bit more careful.
Critical hit. You got him.
Ah,
Can't be over. It can't be over.
well,
It's over.
I've made a few mistakes. I should have been a little bit more careful, especially with this Victor.
Let
So
it give hope to all our people
my
and loved ones.
my armor in a center torso is gone now, but I mean, still we've survived this mission just fine, and this mech performed outstandingly well. Almost, I would say, either almost or on par with those other two variants. And these autocannons are far more accessible than
Archon
the
Emeritus
other
Katrina
ones.
Steiner is
Let's skip this thing. "22 mech kills. You see, it's about the the same amount as with other two variants that I've shown you. I did get a little bit more damage, but this is perhaps, you know, I wasn't as careful enough. Maybe because of that, you know, I've made a mistake towards the end of that mission. But this build performs nearly on par with other two variants. You know, 23 mech kills with the LB10X variant, 21 mech kills with the PPC, 4 PPC variant, and then, you know, this true AC5 burst fire. Still excellent variant. Do not underestimate those AC5 burst fire. Okay, now let's see what are the damages. So let's see what's going on in here. Yes, you can see the frontal armor is all gone. It's all gone, but we didn't lose any components. Let's see if we were to start the repairs. Let's see what would it be. Yeah, just a minor structure damage in a center torso, but nothing substantial. Everything else is just an armor. Armor, yeah, everything is just an armor. Just a little bit, you know, of that structure damage in the center torso. 1 day repair, because mostly an armor, so not a big deal, not a big deal. I could have been just a little bit more careful, you know, towards the end of that mission. Yeah, and like I said, the biggest selling point, I guess, of this build is that this AC5 burst fire, I mean, they aren't cheap. I mean, the tier 5 level runs around, let's actually, let's see how much they go for. Like, let's see if I were to sell, what am I gonna be able to sell? It's actually, you know, not a lot. If I were to sell it here, it runs around 350,000. You see, it's pretty cheap. Besides that, you know, they are far more ubiquitous as compared to this LB10X, particularly the solid slug version of it. And they are far more ubiquitous. You can either buy them or salvage them. Like, for instance, the best way to salvage them are these riflemen. Very, very common mech in this game. Let me show you. It's this rifleman RFL-RN. No, what am I looking at? No, this is no, that's the one. This 3N variant, this 3N variant, RFL-3N variant. All of them come by default with this, as you can see, AC5 burst fire. I've changed this. I've downgraded some of the lasers in here, but all of them, you know, if you salvage them, they're very common mechs. You can salvage them and use those AC5 burst fires to fill in those slots in the Annihilator. It's not a problem. Finding this AC5 burst fire is not a problem. I would say that they are not as common as, let's say, as the standard variant, okay, standard AC5. These are far more ubiquitous, but they are still far more common than all other autocannons. So that shouldn't be a problem. As long as you can get your hands on this ANH-1A variant or 2A variant or 1X variant, doesn't matter which ballistic variant you come across, you can configure them pretty much all the same. This is definitely the option that you should consider. Alright, well, this is it as far as this video is concerned, and as far as my demo of the Annihilator variants are concerned as well. Again, Annihilator in general, it's one of my all-time favorite mechs. I will buy them anytime, any day. You should too. Always buy Annihilator when you see one in the industrial hub, even if you don't have any money. Just sell everything you've got and buy yourself an Annihilator. That is a really great investment. In the following video, I am gonna show you some other 100-ton mech. Just, you know, to compare how it stands, how it stacks up, let's say, against this Atlas that I've shown you and the Annihilators. We'll pick something else that weighs 100 tons. Maybe, I would say, I don't know, maybe Marauder 2 or one of the King Crabs. We'll see. I don't know yet, but it's definitely gonna be one of those mechs. So I guess stay tuned for that. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and until the next video, have a nice day.